Every time oh, excuse me. Every time I think of starting these videos, the word "hey" pops into my mind, which then leads me to my favorite song. Not my favorite song necessarily, but a favorite song that I sing to myself many times a day. Hey, hey, it's okay. Everybody feels kind of weird some days. You don't have to try to please nobody. You just gotta try to please your own body. Hey, hey, it's okay. Everybody feels kind of weird some days. So here's a video about when we're feeling kind of weird, right? So there is a thing inside of you called the nervous system. And the nervous system uses something called mobilizing to process out the weird feelings, right? The fear and the anger and the stress and the anxiety. So the mechanism that the physical body has for processing this out is physical movement. Okay. Seems too simple, right? I just listened to I'm in a new training program with someone called Quasi Joe here, and he had a video that was basically like, you won't have any mental health problems if you just exercise every day. Like, the reason why we have so many neuroses in our current society is because we used to live like animals and move our bodies all day, and now we sit and don't move our bodies. I do not think it is that simple, okay? But I will say that for better or for worse, movement is a part of the design of the nervous system and the physical body to process out those mobilizing energies of the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, so the sympathetic is where we get the increased breathing, increased heart rate, and excuse me, tension in the body, in the muscles, a flood of chemicals, including adrenaline and cortisol, to get us to be able to fight someone really aggressively or to run as fast as we can away. Now, this is a great design when you're living like an animal, right? Because when I'm a little gazelle and a lion is coming to eat me, I want my body to be flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. I want my heart rate to increase and my um, uh, breathing rate to increase so that I can run the hell out of there, right? And in the process of running, I will process through these chemicals and I will use this energy that my sympathetic nervous system has given to me to be able to save me. Now, it works great when you're a gazelle. When you are Z, sitting at home, getting a text message that everything is going wrong with the house building, and my little system is flooded with, holy shit, I need to fight this person because they just did something that is not preferred for me. Okay. And my little heart rate goes up and my little breathing rate goes up. And my system is flooded with adrenaline and cortisol. And I go like this to the text and go, and I text back something and I set it down and then I just keep typing. What's going to happen to all of that mobilizing energy? Where is it going to go? I'll tell you where it's going to go. It's going to get stuck and mushed and trapped and constricted inside of my body. And I am going to end up having either a lot of racing thoughts or a migraine or a stomach bug or cancer, God forbid, right? So, or a suppressed immune system or lethargy or brain fog or irritation, right? You name it. Okay. Any type of, it can manifest in all of those types of ways. Okay. So, what is the alternative? Okay. So, daily effective mobilizing is my substitute for this word that carries so much shit with it in our society, Exercise. Okay. Exercise is like a bad word to me because exercise holds in it like the entirety of fat phobia and judgment about bodies and implications of like laziness and all this stuff. So exercise is a very difficult word for me and not a word I can engage with. Okay. So I am not asking you, or I'm not suggesting that you exercise. Okay. Because even besides all of that stuff, most of the exercise that people think of is like self-punishment exercise. So you're basically bringing judgment to the physical movement, which then turns it into like not an effective mobilizer, right? If I'm like telling myself, oh, you're a piece of shit while I take a walk, like you have to walk faster or you're not good, then I'm like canceling out the benefit of the movement. Okay. So we're just going to think of it as movement, animal movement, or we can say effective mobilization. Okay. What I am offering you is that, yes, in the moment of getting the text about the house is not going well, it would be beneficial to like take 1 minute and dance, right? I'll include my one song effective mobilizer exercise, activity, ritual, if you will. Um, it could be great to take like a quick lap around my house. It could be great to do some stretching. If I'm in the middle of a meeting, I'm with a client and like that text comes through, I'm not going to get up from my desk, right? Just because I've made a decision to be with them during that session. So we're not going to always have the option to respond in the moment. And even when we can, that's not enough. So just moving yourself out of the dysregulated state through mobilization back into ventral is not enough to support your body for all of the decades, most likely, that you have not been mobilizing this stuff out of your body, and for just having the stamina and the resilience and the wherewithal to be able to experience the constant bombardment of threat that we do. That's why animals don't just run when they're running away from a lion. They run all day long. They walk around all day long. They, dig and jump and they're mobilizing as a part of daily life. So, in Quasi's video, it was like we used to spend 12 hours a day chopping wood and scrubbing things and, digging things. And so this was just a part of our life. And it was effectively mobilizing out all of these things that are now turning into like neuroses for us now. And so what is the option? We're not going to chop wood 12 hours a day, most of us. That's not an option for us, and we may not be interested in doing that. But I'm here to tell you that remarkably, like a half an hour or an hour of movement, gentle stretching, gentle walking, 2 or 3 5-minute chunks of dancing, 2 or 3 5-minute chunks of uh, pulling weeds. Hold on, I happen to have a visual for you. I'm working on Canva. Can you tell that I'm learning Canva from all the things that I've been sharing lately? Okay, can you see that? I never know what's really showing when I share a screen. Effective mobilization daily. Imagine incorporating natural, easeful movement into every day. A regular slow walk, stretching time, going with a trash bag and picking up trash in the neighborhood, dancing, gardening time. It's all like a multivitamin for the nervous system. So we tone and strengthen the vagus nerve when we exercise it when we're calm. And this makes stressful events less stressful. So it's like if I tried to go run a marathon today, I would collapse, right? But if I had been training for 6 months beforehand, gradually increasing my time, I would have developed the baseline physical resources to be able to run that marathon, right? So if I try to just like jump into life with no mobilization built up in my system, then it's going to be really scary and stressful. But if I've built up over time this like really strong physical capabilities through regular daily movement, I have built up the resources to be able to be like, oh yeah, stressful situation. Okay, we can do that. Oh, here, text about the house. All right, let me commit to spending some time on that when I finish my session so that I can um maybe take a little lap, ask for support, do some breathing, do some checking in with my body about it, and then formulate a thoughtful response about, what I've learned from what this experience is reflecting back to me, right? Okay, so what I just touched on was the other piece, which is the mindfulness, right? So as we are incorporating movement, we also want to incorporate daily mindfulness because the movement alone doesn't do all what I just described. The like, okay, I recognize that I'm feeling a nervous system response. I need to check in with myself about that and give myself the good care that I need. These are there's lots of ideas, but it's basically like connecting in with what is going on right now and how do I feel? How do do I need to eat? Do I need to move? Do I need to um, do a little meditation? Do I need to do some prayer? Prayer meaning connecting in with higher wisdom and asking for support. Do I want to connect back in with my ideal self and ask myself how would my ideal self handle this situation? Come back to gratitude. There's lots of ideas here. So all of that to say, sorry, I just rocked the whole table. Um, Movement, not exercise, movement. So, what I have incorporated into my life is I take a very slow walk in the spirit of Thich Nhat Hanh's walking meditation. Um, it has been just sort of just the right place for me because I have um, a lot of shit that I've been through around body shaming and exercise being tied up in that. And I have had 3 brain injuries. So, really intense physical exertion doesn't feel very good to my vestibular system. So, a nice slow walk is what I do around this farm that's nearby my house every day. And even though it took me about 10 years of the doctor telling me, like, I think it would really help your mental health if you did a regular exercise. And I was like, I don't have to. I don't want to. Don't shame me. I finally incorporated it, and it turns out she was right, that it has made a world of difference for my mental health. And now um, I I don't even hesitate because it's been over a year that I've been doing it and I can feel it in my body and I crave it. Just like I crave like water or I don't crave water because I don't like water, but just like I crave food because my body really knows that it's great for me now and asks for it regularly. So I don't have to battle with me myself. But it took some time and I worked up to an hour. So I started with 5 minutes. Um, and that is a great place to start. So I love you, love you, love you. Tell me what effective mobilizers you like. What ways do you like to move your body in the comments? And I'll see you again soon. Bye. Oh, you can download that handout too. I'll put the download in the description. Okay, love you. Bye.